Yo, what up, nerds? Welcome to another
Going
episode
on?
of Bank. What's up, my brother?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah,
You looking good on your end?
thank you, sir. I'll be taking them vitamins.
Already. Shout out to vitamins, man.
Yeah, I'm still in them Flintstones, boy.
My boy taking it old school, man. They still doing you good?
Hey, man, don't be knocking Dino, Fred, and Barney. So,
Man, hey, ain't no knocking here, brother. Bro, if I could take Flintstone vitamins and look like you, Flintstone's vitamins need to be in everybody's cabinet, bro. Like straight up, for real.
now I don't know about all that, but yeah, definitely Flintstones, man. You still remember the jingles? So from the commercial.
Already, we're gonna have to bring those back. We're gonna bring those back, man. My man, you just celebrated an anniversary.
Yeah.
You want to tell the people what that's like?
It's good, man. It's a beautiful thing. I appreciate the posts, the text messages, the phone calls. I felt like I was like, man, I don't get this stuff. It's like this is my birthday, and you made me feel bad, man, because I got this text from you from my anniversary, and I was like, dang, I didn't send this brother nothing. I barely gave him a hug or something, man. I was like,
Man, I'm a vet in the
I feel
game, bro.
bad.
I'm a vet in the game. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping at all. But anniversaries, yeah, anniversaries to me are more important and deserves more congratulations than a birthday. There's no effort to turning older. Like you got to put in mad work to sustain a marriage, bro, and be in the game for that long. You
Yeah,
3 years in, so
three,
congratulations, brother.
3 years in. Thank you. 3 years in, 7 years together. Oh
Oh
man,
my God.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And how long for you, man?
I mean, it feels like 100.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, I don't know.
It's the kids element to it, man. It's the kids. It brings the family together.
That should be a celebrated anniversary. I guess their birthdays would be the kind of kid anniversaries. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, you know what? Whenever you have kids and you have their birthdays, you look at your wife, you're like, hey, you remember that time?
Hell yeah, man. Bro, we was just doing that last night. Just going like reminiscing, looking at old like videos and stuff like that, man. It gets you chucked up. I don't know. I'm sure I did the same thing for the anniversary, man. Like I know we're gonna get into the show, y'all. We're gonna talk about Jupiter's legacy, but I just want to bring up my boy Kevin had one of the most beautiful weddings that I ever seen in my entire life. This is some of the shit
Man.
you see in like Tyler Perry movies and movies in general that you don't think happens in like real life, man. Like wedding on the beach, bro. They exchanged some amazing vows. They had your boy all choked up. I was in straight bitch mode. I'm we've already talked about your boy is hypersensitive. That was mad crazy.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to my wife for making me think about destination wedding, and that'd be the tip, man. If you think about getting married, look into destination weddings. It's actually in some cases uh less expensive for the bride and groom.
Yeah,
So that's what we did. And the other is, man, just the love that everybody's bringing in. That's really what made it special, man. I think from the guests to my family to her family, it's just that's what really made it special was that, man.
already.
So,
You're
but
absolutely right.
this segues into Jupiter's legacy because it's about legacy, it's about family. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, 100%. Genius segue, man. I appreciate that. Uh nah, that's dope. Yeah, let's get into the show, man. So before we hop into it, obviously we got to tell y'all spoiler warning. If you have not watched
Yeah,
Jupiter's Legacy, which is on Netflix, I think it's exclusively on Netflix, correct? It's a
yep.
Netflix show.
Yeah,
Yeah. Check it out. Check it out. And then come back and watch us chop it up about it. A lot of people may not even know what Jupiter's Legacy is, but I definitely it's definitely one that I would have slept on if it wouldn't have been for you. Being like, yo, check this out. But I'm glad I did. So with that being said, uh let's just jump right into our ratings instead of doing a recap first, because this has been a mixed bag from what I've seen on the
yeah,
interwebs.
yeah.
You go ahead, man. Tell me what you think. What do you rate this thing?
Man, so I have a different uh outlook on it because I never read this book, but I know a little bit about the source material. So that has a different rating system for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this a 7, 7 out of 10, I should say. The reason being is because
Yeah. You
I'm
clear.
rooting for it. I want it to do well. I really do.
Yeah.
But and overall, it's just it's okay. It's better than some things I've seen, but I mean, it's better in a sense of in a comparison to like a CW show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like as far as Netflix, I've seen Netflix do something better. And the what Netflix is doing is Mark Miller's book. But you know, if you don't know, Mark Miller did like Kick Ass and Wanted. So those are like movies that everybody kind of likes, man.
Yeah.
Netflix is seeing what Amazon is doing, what Disney is doing, and what other streaming HBO Max is doing. So they're like, man, give me some heroes too. So instead of going through
Yeah.
DC or whatever it may be, they're going to pick from Mark Miller's roster. So
Yeah. Go through his universe.
yeah. So what would you think? What was your rating on it, man? Bless.
Man, I appreciate you, dog.
You got some nasty sneezes, bro.
Yeah, I do. That's why I didn't sneeze directly into the microphone. Yeah, some babies would have been mad out there. Be like, "Oh, look," threw the bottle out the mouth. Now,
Babies.
yeah, we don't want to upset babies on this channel. Nah, bro, I actually really liked it. I actually really liked it. I'm a story guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning I don't need like these incredible special effects, you know, even the whack ass costumes and everything like that. I was able to look past all of this stuff and really enjoy the story of it. You know, I think it was very relatable, man. Like you talked about, like you segued in, you know, it's about family, it's about legacy, it's about all of this stuff. I mean, we got families, you know, we have dads, we have like all of this stuff that you know the show is all about, and you know how it is to want to live up to expectations and feel like you're not exactly hitting the mark. You know, and all of these things, and you know, portrayal working in the background, and you know, it's just everything that the show was about, man. I really like the story of it all, man, and I like the way that they intertwine what's happening in the present and mixing in with the origins of how they got their powers and everything like that, and not just giving you, you know, it like a linear story. You know, I think they did a good job story wise. Okay. So I really liked it. I give it, man, yeah. I mean, a 7 is not bad. So I want to give it a 7 as well. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like when you in the club or whatever back in the day before the marriage and before the anniversaries and everything like that, and the lights is off and the lights come on and you realize, dang, man, the girl that I've been buying drinks for all night is a 7. It's not that bad. Not that bad, you know? So it's like, hey, okay, cool. You know? So that's what I give it, man. I watched 8 episodes and I wasn't too disappointed at the end.
Okay. You can bring a 7 home and I mean, you would probably tell a couple people about it, but you're not raving and ranting about, hey, come check out this 7.
Exactly. 100%. That's a perfect way to say it. Yes, I'm yeah, I'm not going full force like I would with like a 10, like a WandaVision, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you want to check this one out, you definitely can. And I'm not gonna be embarrassed to say that I enjoyed this one, man.
So what do you think is the biggest thing that made you not go into higher than 7, man?
Yeah, I was about to ask you the same exact thing, because what's funny is you know, we talked about it, but we didn't want to get into like too much stuff to not spoil it for this sit down right now. And what's funny is I think we have the same exact reservations towards it. So I'm gonna let you go, man. What is it for you?
Man, so there is an element to the stories in the comics that's in there that would really make people say, did this show more attention? But like you're saying, there's more story to it. And I'll actually, the material that they have, they could probably make a 3 to 4 season show, or series. But they're trying to stretch it out.
Okay.
And to me, that's where the issue is, because you have this thing that's like that can set you apart from what people have seen. And right now, there's a lot of hero shows or super comic book shows that are subverting expectations, like WandaVision and
Invincible.
Invincible, definitely, and The Boys, where they kind
Yeah.
of have this different outlook about it. And I think I like the fact they went back in time and show you this story, but at the same time, because I'm so much more interested in this past, and it seems like the directors or whoever the creators are were far more interested in the past.
Yeah.
The present story is really, really slowed down
Yeah.
and so to me, that's what one of the things about the story. Like, I think if they went back in time and it spent like 2 episodes, like kind of going through the backstory and then going back to the where we were present, I
Yeah.
think we would have moved further along. Like, there's a good, I'm not going to the spoilers yet, but there's a good like transition or twist at the end. But
At
I
the
don't
end of
think
the
it's a,
series.
yeah, I don't think it's enough for like people to be like, all right, I'm gonna go back for that. It's more like, all right, I've seen something similar to that. The other thing
Yeah.
is I like the actors that play in the characters, man. They're doing a really good job to me,
Yeah.
but the makeup's throwing me off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The fake beard, the wigs, and all that stuff.
Of
And that's
course.
cool. That's cool. I know they're trying to show like, hey, these people have been around for 100 years, and then they have a like dramatic character change, like completely different where they
Yeah.
were from 100 years ago.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That shit almost made me turn it off. Like I
Yeah,
almost
man.
did not make it through the first episode. I almost didn't make it past 10 minutes. I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I was like, this is way too cheesy. This is way too corny. They
It
look ridiculous. I don't want
it
to watch this.
it is probably the most comic book accurate suits I've seen, probably, and the way the muscles are set, the way the decorations are.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, there's Josh Duhamel's not a young person, and I know they had to go back and do different time frame for him,
Yeah.
but it just threw me off, man. I mean, the only person I think kind of looked good was the guy who played Walter or Brainwave. And it's so
Yeah.
weird saying Brainwave, man. Sometimes
I didn't even get that. I'd never heard them call him that in the show. Or did I just miss that?
they
Or did
mentioned it
you pick
like
that up from the comics?
just like 1 or 2 times said in the series, man. But it's not much because they don't focus enough really on the present, man. But
Yeah.
like Walter, to me, he looked the best, and and the reason why he acted into the makeup to me. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's a good actor. I think, in my opinion, he was the best actor
yeah,
out of them all. I think he did a really good job. I haven't seen him in any other movies or anything like that, but I would assume he's a good actor.
yeah, he's an interesting character. Um, but yeah, Josh Duhamel, man. I mean, like I say, yeah,
Yeah,
he's doing a good job, man. It's just the makeup's throwing me off. Like, I don't understand.
yeah,
Like, he looks like he does in the comic, but it doesn't have to be, because it just throws you off so much. And it kind
yeah.
of gave me like he looking at it kind of had like this god complex. You know what I mean? Because the way he looks, the hair and everything.
Even if the beard, I can even accept, but the hair and the corny ass costumes, I get it. It's comic book, but like you say, sometimes you don't have to be 100% comic book accurate. Like, veer off a little bit, make it less cheesy. Yeah, bro. When I first saw, what's the name, Brandon, I can't remember his comic book, his hero name, but
It's like Paragon or Pentagon or
Paragon.
something.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah. Paragon. Yeah, yeah. When I first saw him, and I was like, "Ooh, I do not want to follow this show whatsoever." It's just because, I mean, he looks like, when they find like those like super pretty people just to play characters, just to put in movie roles. I was like, this is whack. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like a model playing a superhero.
I mean, that's kind of how he was in the comic, but he was really more of a jerk anyway.
Yeah.
Uh, go ahead, man. I'm cutting you off.
No, you're good. Now the Chloe character, man, you know,
Yeah,
Nice.
she looks exactly like pretty much the comic version of, except she has eyebrows. Like the comic, they messed her eyebrows up, man. Yo, if you can find pictures of the girl just on the comic version, like I don't know why she had no eyebrows, man. She just looks awkward, like kind of like an alien or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. um, I don't know, man. I did see a little bit from like a tweet or something from the original source material, and yeah, she do look very accurate to like the original, but yeah, I they did a good casting job with her, man. Just a
Yeah,
really good looking chick.
yeah. She kind of reminded me of I can't think of her name right now, but she used to be in a Scary Movie, the main actress in Scary Movie.
Anna Faris,
Yeah, that's her. She kind of reminded me of her. I don't know why, man.
kind of, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I like her story too, man. You know, you really don't see that too often in shows and movies and stuff like that. If a character does have certain abilities that they actually like explore it,
Yeah.
explore them not wanting to be heroes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah. And she's probably one of the most powerful ones too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What got me, man, is this might be a little spoiler alert, but yo, the dude, the character we haven't talked about, Hutch, yet. When we'll get into him, but he's in the process of a heist and he like stealing these like diamonds or rocks or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And somehow she gets her hands on it, and she's first thing she thinks of, I'm gonna snort this.
Bro, yeah, that blew me away. I could not believe that.
She was like, "Oh, drugs."
Exactly.
Like the whole time as an audience, you're like, "Well, what is this stuff?" And they're like trying to go use this, like fly to the moon or use this whatever. And she's like, "This is a perfect drug. In fact, let me call my homegirls and we're gonna all do this drug."
Yeah, that was funny. I thought that was gonna go in a different direction. Like I expected as soon as she started doing it, I was like, oh, she's gonna be sick. But I thought it would be a thing to where she would like lose her powers, lose her abilities, or even like die from it. Because yeah, it is weird. Like, what would possess you to look at that, not knowing what it is, and just snort it? That's when you know you got a real problem, like a real drug problem.
Yeah. Oh man, seriously. And then for her to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna take my credit card and chop it up with the credit card," I just maybe it's a knife. I don't know, man. She got like a super knife to cut these incredible rocks. That just bothered me all the time.
Yeah, yeah, it was kind of silly, man. But you know, I guess that's one of the points of the show to show like how serious like of a problem she has, you know, dealing with drugs and stuff like that. I think she has a very interesting storyline, and I like it. I like the way the direction that it's going.
Yeah.
You know, obviously she's it looked to me like she's going to be teaming up with George's son, who I can't remember
Hutch.
his name. Oh,
Hutch.
is that Hutch? Okay,
Yeah.
bro. I don't. You catch on to these names better than I do. I don't
It's
really remember their names.
because I know the stuff, but other things, other times I'm trying to look while I'm watching stuff, I'll pull up the cast just to kind of see what they look like outside of their characters.
Yeah.
Just interesting, man. Um, when we talked about Brandon, he ever seen a movie Sky High? Or do you remember that movie Sky High?
No,
It's like a Disney movie that came out early 2000s. If you look up the main guy in there, he looks just like that kid, man.
it's not him.
It's not him, but it looks just like the kid.
Yeah.
Um, anyway,
Now I don't
but
remember that one, but shout out to Disney Channel, man. Back in the day when we were younger, man. You remember those days, like before we had
the original
responsibilities and yeah, man. You know,
Disney movies. Ah, man, I actually, man, I appreciate them for what they did for like young actors, but oh man, my sisters watched it all the time, man. I was like, please turn this off. This is some of this stuff is trash, man.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, the movies will be corny as hell, like just terrible movies. But just that feeling of knowing, like, I can actually sit down, watch this very corny movie, and it would even come on again, like right after it
Oh,
went off, and you just watch it again because you had no
yeah,
responsibilities, like
no,
no job, no kids, no wife that's gonna be nagging you. Like, really, you gonna watch this again?
yeah,
You can just do it. So yeah,
Um, man, this is in this show. There's a lot of characters, man. There's a lot. It's a lot to
yeah,
cover, and I mean, we can't even. There's characters that pop up in the past. There's random characters that pop up in the future, and that's just what we're gonna have to deal with. It's like that in the comic, man. It's just a lot.
what I don't understand. So I understand the origins, like how they got their powers, and a little cheesy how they had these internal conflicts, and they were like, "Oh, we have to overcome our problems in order to gain the powers," and they're like, "All right, beef over with." That they've
I
had
I,
built up
I love
tension
you,
for
man.
years. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
love
Yeah,
you.
like okay,
It,
let's
it,
let's let's set our differences aside so we can make this shit glow.
yeah, it's kind of like your parents when you get in trouble or fight with your cousin or something or your sister, and they be
Yeah,
like, "Hey, y'all hug and make up.
yeah,
Hey, say sorry.
exactly. Like it's just resolved.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. You don't mean that shit.
No,
So if these abilities really were given based off of the merit that they are worthy or something, and they feel like they will like work together or whatever, and that's kind of crazy. So I don't know. Maybe that'll come up later in like the next season, because that was kind of
oh
weird. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, it's definitely come up, but they don't really talk about that in the source material either. They don't talk about you don't really that whole backstory. It's
Yeah,
there, but it's like covered in like 4 or 5 pages, I think, or something like that.
yeah,
And then you don't really know like the whole into the beef depth. So, I mean, there's talk about in the beef in the comics, but it's not
yeah,
so much between like Walter and Utopian. Is it Utopian?
yeah, yeah. You talk
It's between
Shell.
them two.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't really. I might have missed it, but they don't really hone in on that. It's more about Walter and George, like that beef right
yeah.
there is
Now
what
I did see
main
that.
focus.
I did see that, which is kind of crazy. Something about some chick that George was dating, and Walter, uh, like as soon as they broke up, Walter hooked up with the chick, and George was suspecting that Walt was actually using the mind control power to like get the girl in the first place, and then he found out that was actually true. I did see that. I mean, I don't think that's spoiling anything because that's kind of the backstory. So I don't know, like you said, I don't know if they're gonna actually dig into that, but they did kind of allude to like there is some type of beef and tension there, because when they went into the Black Star's mine or whatever, and George was there, he said something. He was like, "Last time I saw y'all like pretty much beat the shit out of me, everybody together." Basically, like y'all niggas jumped me. Like y'all expect me not to be a
Dude,
villain? You
it
know what I'm
came in
saying?
and said, "You it, just
Yeah.
open up on me, boy."
So yeah, I kind of like that, man. So yeah, I don't know. Like you said, I don't know if they're gonna dig deep into that. It's interesting. It's a very interesting thing. But what I don't understand, so I get how they got their powers, the cheesy story of how they got it, but these kids. So obviously, Brandon and Chloe, inherited theirs from Michelle and the woman from Talladega Nights. Um, but the other one, so are all of the kids, the new ones that's coming up, are they all descendants? Are they all the children of the original?
Uh, no, I just never explained. Um, and there was supposed to be another book like after they wrapped up the main storyline to kind of like go more into why they had the powers,
Yeah.
but no. And then some people think that because of the blast that they had, it spread onto people on the ship, and then they finished. That's kind of their lineage.
Okay.
But there was probably only 7 pirates on that boat, man. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of baby making for 7 pirates. So, and then
I heard
one
pirates
of
get down.
they
I
be
heard
after
they
the
don't
boot.
ask either.
They be after the booty.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
That's what that meant, man.
Yeah.
Um, but nah, man. I mean, maybe hopefully they explain it, man. If they went into depth to talk about like their whole Indiana Jones journey, to get the power,
Yeah.
then fine. Yeah, we can go ahead and do that. There's other thing that got there's lots of the kind of nitpick on this show, man. And
Oh yeah, there's no shortage of
one of the things
things.
was like they changed up one of the guys to be to a black character, and they also put a clip in of Scott Fox being in the riots, right? And to me,
Okay.
I'm like, why is this brother not entertaining this at all? Like, you the first black superhero, period, man, and you didn't kind of get involved with that. That kind of would, you know, I
Oh,
don't
I get
know.
what you're saying. Yeah,
Like you didn't get
he didn't
you
break
didn't,
they didn't break the code
yeah.
for that cause.
I don't see that, man. Like, it's too many at that in that time frame. Everything a black person did, like the whole culture was behind. You know what I mean? Like, and for him
But
to be sitting on the
it's the same
sidelines
thing.
for for civil rights, I think it would be
It's the
tough, man.
same. It's the same thing that Marvel did with Black Panther. You know, that was the whole basis of Killmonger's argument. You know, like why aren't you guys more involved? You know, Wakanda is incredible. You know, you could change all of it, snap of the fingers and make,
Yeah, I
Africa
get,
and black people, dominant. But I think it's kind of the same reasoning that T'Challa and T'Chaka didn't do that, as the same reason why any black person that's part of this regime, because of their code, whatever,
yeah,
the
that
whole thing.
code is weak.
The code is whack, bro. Super
But
whack.
but the thing about it is, I can understand like T'Challa being kind of like, I don't know that culture, I don't know that country. All I know is my culture, my country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know what goes on,
Yeah.
and I have a whole country to defend. Versus,
Being in it.
he states like they even make a moment. If even they make a moment of like, don't talk to me like that, boy. You know what I mean? Like they make a moment to
Yeah.
kind of recognize like, okay, there is some racism here, and it'd be hard for me to just sit there and be like, all right, we're just gonna accept the fact that he just took this code after all these people say something. And for them to give him a shot to coming on this journey from a dream, and them not trying to enter in what MLK had going on, it's like, all right.
But MLK things, I think he did take the MLK approach. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like forcefully, taking it, he just kind of, went along and hoped that it would work itself out through peace, through like more of a peaceful style of protesting, instead of just being like, look, you know what, I got these abilities. Screw y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna smash anybody that is against our cause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I understand their code and them not forcing themselves into politics and into social change and everything like that. I don't agree with it, but there's a lot of people in the same boat. But I for the story wise for this show, I can see it. I'm not too upset about the fact that, damn, you got enhanced black characters. Why aren't you like doing this? They made it make sense, even though it doesn't.
This is my nitpick, man, and I think
of course
I kind of got hung up on it, but I know we got to look at the time, but let's go ahead and talk about the spoiler. What you think about the whole twist, man, at the end?
They were kind of alluding to it, from even early on. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't too surprised, but they did a good job of kind of, introducing it, kind of giving us a flash of, okay, maybe this is a possibility, but then kind of burying it, wanting you to grow closer to Walt and root for that relationship between him and Shell and everything like that. They kind of even sympathize with Walt a little bit throughout the course of the show. You know what I'm saying? To make you feel like he's been the one that's actually been left in the background, having to do all the dirty work, and not really getting that love and affection from, his pops and, being the second brother, playing second fiddle.
Yeah.
And especially for kids that, probably really feel that way within their own family dynamic, I could understand how people probably feel like, damn, I relate with Walt. So they did a good job of having some sympathy there for him.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you know, I mean, bro, Walt is on another level, man. He's like ultra Anakin. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to kill younglings that's not your youngling, but when you kill a youngling that's your own, you a super asshole.
just to have revenge on your brother. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah,
So, but it does. I mean, until that point, I could understand his motivation. Like, you don't listen to me. It's led to the whole crumble of our family from the first go. From the first go, you don't listen to reason, so you can't be here no more.
yeah,
To me, I think the Anakin character will be Brandon. At least that's kind of how things are set up for him. And what I didn't like, uh, and what was kind of weird to me was the setup of the. Sorry, man, I'm losing train. Someone. What I didn't like was the whole "I'm in the brain" kind of thing, try to throw off the audience, where he's in Black Star's
yeah,
brain and he's like, "Would you like some cake?" and
yeah.
he's like, "I'm gonna choke you." You know what I mean? So yeah, but
It's kind
but
of weird.
the
Yeah,
the twist of Brainwave kind of being behind, pulling strings for everything, you know, you kind of see that as okay, that makes sense. Because the whole time you're like, okay, you know, Black Star is a bad guy, kind
yeah,
of, but you don't know who's behind it, and they allude to George doing it, but I don't know,
yeah,
man. It's
yeah.
pretty
I
elaborate,
think,
pretty
yeah,
elaborate. Man.
yeah.
Word of the
It's
day.
a lot. It's a robust story, man. But I like the way that they kept it kind of vague. Especially if you don't like me, not knowing the source material at all and just kind of going into it and taking it at face value for what it was. Uh, I like not knowing exactly who Sky Fox was. Sky Fox, George's character, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm curious to see who Hutch's mama is. You know, because obviously she has to be of African descent. Um,
she
my
she was
man
at
got jungle fever.
she was at them Watts. She was on them rides, boy.
Yeah, exactly right. So, and then shout out to Anna Akana, man. She was the one who played Ryu. I think it was. Was that Walter's daughter's name?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
Is it
I'm the
right? Is it
world's
right?
worst, bro.
Raikou?
So I could literally have just watched the show before we did this, and I still wouldn't know the characters' names, bro. I recognized the faces, and I know this is a different character. Don't know the names, but now she's a YouTuber, man, and she do some pretty
She's a
good videos.
YouTuber.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a YouTuber. I mean, she, one of those YouTubers that moved out to Hollywood trying to make it in film and stuff like that. So I'm actually a subscriber. So to see somebody that like I root for make it into like a show and everything like that is pretty cool. So shout out to her. So yeah, that's pretty dope. But yeah, overall, man, it I can kind of see. I told you there was a YouTuber that I watched that did a review of this show. He straight trashed the show, just drug it through the mud, man. Said that you have a low IQ if you enjoyed the show at all. And I'm just like, I liked it. So I guess I'm a little IQ person. So like I was like, I like the story of it, man. But his things that he didn't like about it was, I knew that it was gonna be our same things, man. Just really corny. They, obviously didn't have like a huge budget. So, a lot of the special effects were just god awful. Um,
Yeah, it's
so
not.
but I'm not letting that ruin it for me. You know what I'm saying? I think the story is good enough to keep me interested, and it did. It pulled me in. So
The graphics and the makeup is not the actor's fault. I think everybody who came there was trying to work on something, man. All except for Brandon. But everybody else is there to do something. Um, but I'm rooting for the show, man. I hope that by next season they'll get to do the thing that makes it different from other sources. Then yeah, I think
yeah,
I think they're gonna have something good. But I'm rooting for it, man, because I like
yeah,
what Netflix did with Umbrella Academy. I'm liking that.
yeah. We got to get into that, man. We got
Yeah,
to do a breakdown of that. We got two 2 full seasons that we could break down at this point.
Yeah.
We'll probably do two different episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what Marvel's doing, man, it's just knocking it out the park because of the graphics are up to par with almost movie status. So then you go watching that, and then you see Invincible, and they have their father and son, dynamic. Yeah. And you watching this, and you kind of like, all right, Netflix, you have something, but you gotta step your game up. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. So
you gotta throw them dollars at it, man. You gotta throw them dollars at it.
And what they have working for them and also working against them is that people don't know anything about it. So they could kind of make it their own and make something really, really creative. Or people get lost in the sauce because people don't really know who these characters are.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, man, we talked about it privately, man, but Netflix is notorious for dropping a show, dog, like dropping a show like a fly, even if it's popular, even if it's trending, whatever. If they don't feel like it's hitting the numbers that they needed to hit on their platform, they just dump it. There's been a lot of shows that I've really liked on Netflix, and
Alter Carbon. Or whatever you
Alter Carbon, man, One Day at a Time, the OA, like all these shows is so many more, but yeah, they'll just let it go if they not feeling like it's keeping up. So yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm rooting for it. I'm hoping that they don't just pull the plug on it after this first season. Usually they give a show 2 seasons, so we'll see. But I am curious to see how the story concludes. If not, I guess I just have to check out the comic and see what's up with that. But
the other thing is, I think will help it is if you see how it came out was like part 1, if in 6 months to drop another part 2, that way at least stay in people's minds that it's not like taking a whole year from now to get it. I think that will help it out.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not that kind of show. Yeah.
But then to wait another year for that, I don't know, man.
Exactly. No, it's not that kind of show to where I'm like, I can wait, in game amount of time. Nah, bro. Yeah. But yeah, now we do gotta get out of here. Gotta get the day started, man. It's Monday. It's Monday for us. Maybe this episode will be posted on Tuesday, but we can still give a Tuesday affirmations for everybody that's watching. If you starting your day with us, first of all, shout out to y'all. Y'all amazing people. We appreciate y'all. You want to give a positive note to the people, brother?
Oh, my positive note was if you think about getting married, look into that destination. I know it's tough right now because of all that's going on, but make sure you get your vaccines and your vitamins.
Flintstone vitamins already.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I'll look into. And so
cool. Well, cool, man. I appreciate this time, brother. Enjoy the day. Stay dry out there.
You too, bro.
All right, man. Love you, Bo. I will see you next time. I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace and love to everybody.
All right.
Peace.